This blood work is nonsense. Where's all this zinc coming from?
We'll have to wait for the CBC.
Heart rate is rapidly rising, looking at 356 BPM.
Brian, can you hear us?
We're looking at 196 over 130. This is getting potentially fatal.
Seems to be ventricular fibrillation. If we don't act now, we'll lose him.
Respiration is plummeting. We should prepare to intubate.
Stay with us, Halsey. If he makes it through this, we need to up his fluconazole to 950 milligrams. Maybe get him on an IV push.
409 BPM.
And for Christ's sake, somebody ask Olsen about those fucking collating agents. It's too late for gastric lavage. McCarthy, get him on the tube. Jordan, prep the defib.
You got
it.
How do we look?
Breathing is steadying. Shit, scratch that.
204 over 131. We're up to 511 BPM. This will kill him.
Fuck. Hand it here. Clear! Stay with us, Brian. Hang in there just a little longer. Don't go anywhere, Brian. Keep here. We are here for you, Brian. Hang in there.
Now, when last we left off, the party was split.
Yeah.
So we have Claremont and Wyndham currently taking points at the county coroner's office. And then we've got Eddie Lazzuto and Raven Baker at the Lewis and Clark County Sheriff's Office.
Yeah.
Now, you have a debit card with $650 left in it.
Yum.
It's about 10:30 in the morning, back at the coroner's office, sitting there in front of the body of Jacob. Like, sweat beating down her head. She's like, we gotta call someone. We'll handle this. Okay, should I get a different county's coroner to come out?
No. You should head home, rest up.
What do you mean head home? I can't leave my post unattended.
Can we use your phone?
What? yeah, of course.
It's time for a phone.
It's right this way.
Wonderful.
Oh, I'm doing this?
You're the fun.
You're the fun guy.
You're the
You're fungus boy.
Dr. Doe, Janet is going to sit down and hand you the phone.
Hi, you've reached the voicemail box of the Daniel Goodman Dry Cleaning Service. We're not at the phone right now.
Wait, this isn't Aesop's Fable Incorporated?
Hey, what's this about?
Do you remember that deer?
I remember that. Yeah, tell me about it.
You know, it's weird. I don't remember putting it in the fridge last night. But the weird thing about the deer is that the meat seems fresh. I've got to put it in the fridge though.
Okay, Janet is going to look at you quite strange right now.
Hey, Janet!
You have to talk about it.
Old hunting buddy.
Old hunting buddy? We need to do something.
Hey, Janet. Why don't you take me back and show me the body again?
Roll persuade. Or a related interpersonal skill.
Nope.
64. So she's going to say, wait, what are you talking about? Is something going on here? Oh, are you talking about venison? I'm going to call a neighboring county's coroner. We need to get this sorted out. And she's going to walk to the other phone in the coroner's actual side office, and she's going to pick it up and begin dialing.
Wait.
Say something?
Yes, wait,
Yes, Dr. Smith?
If it's problematic, if it's dangerous, for some reason, why would we want to bring in people from outside?
We should quarantine them.
Yeah.
The area for the time being.
Are you suggesting quarantine? And what? Doesn't the CDC need to give some kind of clearance for that?
It's from the CDC.
Are you quarantining my office?
Potentially, we haven't gotten that far yet. I need to finish this call.
And she's gonna look very put off for a moment and a little freaked out.
Can I have the privacy of this call, please? CDC clearance.
I should call Dr. Halsey.
Is that the coroner?
That's the coroner for Lewis and Clark. Yes.
Call him.
The guy that's definitely about to
Yeah,
That's a bunch
you
of
can
stuff.
put a call.
Yeah.
But
And
for the
so-
moment, can I take this call?
Yeah, she's gonna shut the door and she's gonna begin talking on the phone herself.
Frank, was someone in the room with you? Okay. Is she gonna be an issue?
No, we've handled the situation.
You've handled the situation. It sounds like she's calling you somebody, Frank.
I don't think that guy's gonna pick up. He didn't sound too hot last time we called him.
Look, what's the situation? Give it to me quick. All right, and hey, our offices are getting a little overwhelmed by a large volume of calls right now, such that it might really dry out our phone bill.
That's weird because I've only called you once.
Our mutual coworker.
Our mutual coworker, Richard, is draining our phone bill.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, an audit from our financial overseer would really dislike seeing that amount of phone traffic. So, cut down on the calls, Frank.
I'll tell Richard.
Okay.
But anyway, the fawn of the deer. Have you heard of wasting?
Chronic wasting disease? Yeah, I'm familiar with it, Frank.
Yeah, it's like covered in this weird stuff. The fawn. I think it might be something similar.
Frank, look, I've had this conversation with Richard. If there's something particularly unusual about a fawn, it's usually best to, especially with something like chronic wasting disease, to crush the vector there. That sort of thing could really destabilize an ecosystem.
My fear is that we may be beyond that point.
Are you sure you're beyond that point?
Not sure, but there's...
Then figure it out, Frank, and get back to me when you know. This line is for emergency use only. Have fun on the hunt.
So at this point, Janet is going to step out of the office and she's going to say, Okay.
Did you get Gordon?
I called into the hospital.
What are they saying then?
He passed away this morning.
This morning.
Dr. Woolsey's dead. I think that makes me acting county coroner until the mayor's office acts. And I would like to request help from Cascade County.
Y'all have any hazmat suits?
Yes, Dr. Doe, we do. But I would like to get some additional help here. I've worked with the Cascade County office before. I interned with them a couple of years ago. They're very nice people. I think they could help.
I understand your want to do that, Jan. I really do. But I think we might have to go a little bit bigger than just the county. What if I call my contacts in the CDC? We'll bring in a team within a day or two. How about that?
Would you like to roll something to convince her?
No.
Roll biology.
What would I roll for that shit?
Persuade.
I guess persuade.
Persuade would make sense. I'll give you plus 20%.
Hell, do you have good bureaucracy?
No.
That would work.
Oh yeah, I thought you were a CDC doctor for a second.
You're so convinced.
Good liar. Yeah. I bought into the lie. It's that good a cover. 25.
Let's go.
And she's gonna say, "You can bring in the CDC."
I'm a CDC virologist.
That'd be lovely, Dr. Doe. That would make me feel a lot more comfortable. Okay. What do you need from me?
Hold down the fort here. Leave a message at this number.
Thank you. Okay.
If anything comes up.
Should I remain? I'll remain here at my desk. You wanted biohazard suits.
Yes. Do you have some you could spare us?
There's a few in the locker back here. Yeah. Should I use one?
You should at least probably use like a surgical mask. If
Understood.
nothing else. Something you can...
And she's gonna go into the locker, and there's gonna be 6 hazmat suits in there. And she's gonna give one to each of you. You know, their standard county blue issue. And Janet's gonna put one on to feel safe. And she's gonna say, "Okay,
Can you spare 2 more for my coworkers?
absolutely, yes. What are their names? I need to check them out on this form."
Zuko
Pseudo
and Baker.
Okay. Yes.
I love notes.
If they stop by and present some ID, I can give them the suits.
Okay, I'll have them swing by there.
Can I ask what you're gonna do now?
We're gonna try to find the scene with the initial vector. We're gonna work backwards here.
What should I do about Mr. Jacob?
I just put him back in the locker.
Do you have any surgical masks? Just
Yeah, and she's gonna take out a box of those and disposable rubber gloves.
cool.
Sheriff's office.
Yeah!
You have just you're like on a payphone in the lobby. You're gonna stride into the office, and there's a guy at the desk there. He's gonna look up and are you wearing your FBI windbreaker?
I think it got too
Ticket.
Oh yeah, it did. So what are you wearing your Kevlar vest?
under my shirt.
Okay.
Under a t-shirt.
Oh, these are cops. They'll be able
Under
to
a
tell.
t-shirt? You can be wearing a
Button
t-shirt.
up, button.
Yeah. Okay, so it's visible.
They'll be able to tell.
If you're looking like you look weirdly
They
bold.
probably
They're cops.
They
So
could
you're striding in and you're gonna walk through and there's a metal detector, right? It's like maybe not a metal detector, but it is a police station. There's a guy and he's gonna see you've got a holstered firearm. He's gonna say, whoa, you can't take that in here, sir.
FBI.
FBI. You're not from the local office. What are you doing here?
I'd like to speak with the sheriff.
What about?
That's on a need-to-know basis.
Sheriff Potter? Yes, we've got a federal investigator here. FBI. Asked to see you personally. He didn't say. Understood. The sheriff will be a few minutes, if you'd like to sit right there.
Do you have a payphone?
Oh.
And he's gonna point to the back of the lobby where Raymond Baker is gonna hang up a phone.
What were you on the phone for again?
Hospital.
Okay.
A little bit. Oh yeah, I should probably tell you.
Wait, I'm gonna walk over to you. I'm gonna be like, how did it sound?
They have not been to the hospital in the past few months at all. There was no delivery of any babies. I think they may have stolen someone's babies. She had a miscarriage. And in the sadness, the grief that ensued, she kidnapped someone's baby.
That's possible, but it doesn't explain.
And she thinks it's her baby.
It doesn't explain the infection.
Gentlemen! Leo Potter, Sheriff. Lewis and Clark County.
to Leo Potter.
Leo Potter stands at about 5'7", wearing a pristine sheriff's uniform, accompanied by a revolver holstered at his left-hand side. The silver badge on his left breast is somewhat eroded a little bit with age. He appears to be in his mid-50s, gray hair which still shows full thickness and health, with a mustache that stretches widely from one side of his face. He ruffles his brow a little bit as he observes the two federal investigators standing before him. To what do I owe the pleasure, gentlemen?
Hello, Sheriff Potter.
Sheriff Potter, yes, Leo. Call me
Agent
Leo.
Eddie Lazzuto.
Can I call you Eddie?
Oh, feel free to.
Very
Could I call
nice
you
to meet
Leo?
you. Please, I insist.
Of course.
You are?
Raymond Baker.
Can I call you Ray?
Sure. Well, Leo,
Both of you are with the FBI. Do I have that correct?
Just me. Leo is here on more specific duties.
More specific duties.
You know, Leo, I'd love to get down into the details with you, but if we could do that in private, that would be much appreciated.
Of course. Wise man. Please, step into my office just over here, gentlemen.
Come on, Raymond.
Let's
Revolver is
go.
bright orange.
Sheriff Potter is going to lead you into an office in the side, plainly decorated, but with a number of Lewis and Clark County accommodations on the wall behind it.
Raymond Baker loves
Montana City Council's best law enforcer, a number of newspaper clippings about him getting cats out of trees.
I don't trust this guy. Out of character.
Yeah.
In character, I love this guy.
And Potter is going to sit down in a big old, well-worn leather chair, and he's going to lean forward.
What's his desk made out of?
Oak.
Okay.
Nice sturdy wood. And he's going to lean forward a little, and he's going to say, "Now, let's get down to business, shall we? What brings you to our humble town?"
Well, I'll speak up if we need to persuade you.
You sit there and look important.
Yeah. Look important. Raymond is pretty important.
Yeah, exactly. But
Arguably
he's got
the
to
most
exude importance. So, Leo, Raymond and I are here to look into Frederick's death.
It's a downright tragedy, isn't it?
Yeah.
He and his wife tried to have a child for months. They're 2 months away from the due date. He dies. Unexpected. Tragic. Truly tragic.
Have you happened to check in on Christine?
Yes, we sent some officers over. I went along with the attaché to give her some flowers, check in on her. That was the day after the death.
Oh, I'm writing this down in character. How long ago was this? The day after death?
Day after death.
That would have been 2 weeks ago?
I think about a week ago.
About a week ago?
Yeah.
All right. And how far off is her due date again?
About 2 months from now.
Did she look healthy?
When we checked in on her fairly well, yes.
Okay.
Is she okay?
Well, that's what I'm asking.
Okay, Eddie. My office is not aware of any health issues plaguing Ms. Jacobs.
These are really, it's just a formality.
Understood.
Getting some surrounding details.
So you're here on the Jacob case.
Yeah.
I thought we had the EPA covering that. Can I ask what the FBI and where are you from?
U.S. Attorney's Office.
Now, what did they send an attorney here for, Eddie?
Well, the federal government is a little concerned, and we're really just trying to make sure that everything is in order, that there's no foul play, really.
And they really want to make sure that whatever did happen, it was not the fault of the U.S. government.
Exactly.
And so that's what I'm here for. It's just to make sure everything's in order.
What do you require of me?
Well, I'm just here to ask some questions regarding, Frederick's whereabouts, what he was doing leading up to to the days before his death?
Ask away, Eddie.
We have some people out like taking samples and stuff, but we thought we'd ask you a few questions, see if you could shed some light on anything.
Well,
that we're
please
not
allow
thinking.
me.
All right. So, what exactly was Freddy doing, leading up to his death?
Standard patrol, really?
He wasn't anywhere out of the ordinary?
No. On his usual route on Main Street.
Now, I presume you've met our fellow EPA agents. What were their names again?
Gaylor and Fultz.
I presume you've met Gaylor and Fultz.
Yes, I have.
This isn't a big town, is it?
Oh, we got a sturdy population of about 23,000, friend.
Where was Frederick? Frederick died in his sleep.
Yes, in
Yeah.
his home.
Do you have reports or documentation of his whereabouts the day before?
Day before? Well, he was off patrol that day. Day before he died, he checked in sick.
Mm-hmm.
Day before that, came in, sat down at his desk, did his work, went home.
Okay. How about the day before that?
Well, every other day's a patrol day, so he would have been out on Main.
Any chance he might have been in a place that we know as the Pit?
Oakland?
Is that correct? Yeah.
No. We only have one deputy that goes over to Oakland, and we've had no issues with her recently.
Her? What's her name?
And he's gonna call out and say, Pullman, remind me which one we got walking the patrol on Oakland. He's like pushed a little button on his desk, and he said that. A taller, thinner man is gonna open the door, and he's gonna say, we got Deputy Konopka. Kelly Konopka. Yes.
Kelly Konopka. Is she in the precinct? Is that the right word?
And he's gonna check his watch, and he's gonna say, I think she's at the pit right now. It's her patrol day.
I'll be sure to go and talk to her. So, Leo,
Yes.
remind me exactly how long have you been sheriff?
I've held the position for a good 20 years now. One of the
20
longest
years.
standing in the county's history.
Now,
I commend you, sir.
Thank you very kindly, Red.
impressive. And I see, based on this room, you're very decorated. You've gotten a lot done, haven't you?
I'm a
So-
humble man, but I do my best for my community.
So,
really buttering this guy.
Yeah, this is solid flattery.
so in those 20 years, you've never had a death like this?
No, sir, I have not.
Now, Leo, heavy metals poison. Could you remind me of any major industry in the town?
We don't have a lot of hard industry here. There used to be a large mining operation, but as I'm sure you're aware, it's since become the pit.
Yeah.
They pulled out a while ago, way back in the 60s.
Well, every town, even Helena, needs to have something that keeps it afloat. What is Helena's trump card? What keeps Helena afloat?
Well, we're a commercial nerve center for the rest of Montana.
Mm-hmm.
We got a couple companies that keep us afloat, places like Benthic and Montana Mining, but they still keep offices here. Outside of that, I don't know what exactly you're after
I
here.
brought down Benthic and Montana Mining.
We don't have a ton of heavy belching industry around these parts anymore. Those days are long behind us.
I think right now, Raymond and I are going to go visit the pit.
Of course. And,
And if we could find Officer
Konopka.
Konopka, that'd be ideal.
Allow me to give you a hand. And he's gonna stand up over the door and he's gonna say, Sergeant Hayes, I would like you to accompany our friends from the Bureau. A man is gonna stand up. He looks to be about 40, 5'11", completely bald, beard and mustache. He's gonna walk up and he's gonna say, Eric Hayes, I'm the investigation sergeant with Lewis and Clark County. I'm going to be accompanying you on the rest of your journey here as a little token of appreciation from the sheriff. You said you wanted to go to the pit?
Could we have a quick sidebar?
Right ahead.
When we get to the pit, I can do it.
You two. Back at the coroner's
I don't
office.
like that he just synced one of his sergeants on us.
Now,
I'll give her
That's an officer of the law.
you two.
Discretion.
At the coroner's office, what is the plan now? The body is sitting in containment. You've got a number of hazmat suits. Janet is keeping the fort on lockdown, and you've promised to call in CDC personnel. What's the game plan?
Can we call the police station?
Let's say we need to contact them.
I was about to say, we need to...
Lewis and Clark County Sheriff.
Yeah,
So-
I think my friend Eddie Lazzuto is there. I could talk to him. If you can pass him a message, tell him he should swing by and pick me up. If you see him, he's a
I give an exact physical description of Eddie Lazzuto down to the T.
Mr. Lazzuto, we've got a call for you.
Hey, you should swing by and pick us up. We've done all we can here.
Will do.
Also,
We'll talk when we meet up.
yeah, but we should I can't say. Is Janet in the room with me right now?
No, you got you can ask her to step out or go.
Janet, go away. Go away, Janet.
Because Janet trusts you at this point. She's gonna step into Halsey's office, and she's going to breathe.
Sweet.
I spoke with a mutual friend of ours,
Oh, yeah?
and he said that he wants to stop hearing from you. So you should be careful.
Hey, Lazzuto, by the
I'll
way,
consider it.
this is a police phone. There's a chance that calls are being recorded.
Yeah, that's why.
That's why.
Yeah, so just so you know,
We're
not
not hearing you.
Alrighty, ta-ta.
I'm gonna tell Janet, I'm like, Janet, we got things under control. We're about to leave to go do a little bit more investigating. We're gonna get to the cause of this.
Please keep in touch.
Well, you know how to reach me. We're gonna sit outside with me. For
We'll
the
be
car.
I take the box of gloves and masks.
Yeah, so
I've got the hazmat. One
and
on
you guys
each
are
arm.
just gonna wait for Lazzuto and Baker to come pick you up. Lazzuto and Baker at the cops, and Hayes is gonna say, "All right, you gentlemen wanted to go to the pit, correct?"
Well, first off, we need to stop by the coroner's office.
Understood. I'll follow in my patrol car, and you guys are gonna swing by the.
Well, we're walking and talking.
Yes.
So, Hayes,
We
hear you were good friends with Officer.
This is true. Yeah, Fred and I were quite close. It's been difficult.
Must have been a difficult one. My
Yeah.
condolences for you.
Well, I appreciate that. Every little bit helps.
Now, I'm sure that you share in our desire to really get to the bottom of what happened.
Yes, I do.
So, do you know, on a more detailed basis, where Frederick was the days leading up to his death?
His patrol on Maine. I mean, it's normally considered one of the easiers, but I mean, he occasionally ran into trouble.
Sergeant Hayes,
Yes, Mr. Baker?
I have another question for you. This might not be the most direct line of questioning. I'm no FBI agent. I don't want to be so formal. Forgive me if it's a little insensitive. But if you had to place a bet, what do you think happened to Deputy Jacob?
Heavy metals poisoning. Well, I mean, the whole thing seems very bizarre. It was a bizarre week, but I mean, I don't know what could have caused that.
I mean, like, you were in contact with him the days leading up to his death, right?
Yeah, he got a little frantic.
Yeah.
Labored breathing, sweaty.
Acting a little weird?
I thought he had gotten the flu from an incident that had happened the previous week, and then...
What was that?
Did nobody tell you? No, I guess it was just a little thing. Well,
This was my line of
a
questioning.
few days before he died, a drifter vomited on him. He was out on patrol on Maine. A guy puked on him. Called in on the radio. We laughed it off. Potter made him go change uniforms. He came back fine. And then he got sick a couple days later. And then he dies of heavy metals poisoning.
I forgot they told us this, and we just completely forgot.
You were told that a drifter vomited.
Where did this happen again? On Maine?
You want me to get you the dash cam footage?
That would be very
Oh,
appreciated.
Yeah, I got to request it from Potter.
You're gonna get dash cam footage
Now-
of someone vomiting.
Why do you gentlemen need to see this dash cam footage, Eddie, Ray?
I believe it may have some information pertaining to the fate of Officer Jacobs.
Well,
Now-
I think it'll assist the investigation.
Oh, okay.
And he's gonna
He's gonna do it. I was gonna justify
he's
it
gonna
more.
take out the tape, and he's gonna gather you into a side room with Hayes, and he's gonna put it in, up on the TV, and so there's gonna be a fuzzy, grainy image of the cars just sort of sitting there on Main Street. There's like a bar, and you can see the glow of the fluorescent neon lights shining down on the sidewalk. It's rainy. It looks cold. It's a few nights before his death. And just sort of out of the darkness in the rain wanders this confused-looking man in a stained white button-down, suit pants, and a loosened black tie.
Stained white button down. Like just a normal shirt?
Button-down like a dress shirt.
But he doesn't look like homeless.
No, he's wearing a shirt and tie and slacks. And he walks up to the patrol car and begins to walk past it when Jacobs, looks out his window, comes out the door, walks up to the man, and they talk for a couple moments before Jacob gets a blanket out of the back of the car, puts it on the guy, and the guy shoves him away, vomits on him, and Jacobs he recoils and he curses and he splashes some of the stuff off of him, and he goes in for his radio and he reaches over and he's like assuring the guy he's going to get him some help, and then he just freezes and he stands there for a moment and he looks at the drifter and he lowers his arms down. The drifter turns and just walks off in the other direction. Jacob stands there for a moment, looks down, radios that everything's okay, gets into the car, and drives off. Hayes is going to say, yeah, he radioed in, everything was okay. The whole situation is a little strange, I'll admit. And Lazzuto, as somebody with law enforcement training, you'd recognize that this is pretty gross negligence on the part of a police officer. Yeah. You'd have to be pretty cold-hearted to let a drifter walking without a jacket in the cold rain of the Montana spring just walk in the dark, confused and sick. And Potter is going to interject and he's going to say, as much as we do dearly miss and did dearly appreciate Frederick Jacobs' presence, this was a flagrant violation of the policy of the Department of Lewis and Clark County Sheriff's Office, and we do not endorse his actions on this case.
Good Lord. You two keep using the term drifter. That man does not look homeless.
Well, we don't really know what else to call him. He's cold, he's wandering, he's sick. We're not sure of the socioeconomic status of the guy, but he was out and about in the cold alone.
Are there any establishments near this location where one might wear, black
Do we know the rough location of where this occurred?
Yeah, it's on Main, just outside of that bar.
Could we pick out a map? And, could we determine what direction this rando
Hayes,
was
go
walking?
get us a map. This is just outside where the incidents occurred. This is the Silver and Western bar, right here. The drifter seems to have approached down Main Street and vomited on the guy.
Yeah. Do you know what's in the direction that he's walking?
What's up, Main? A large amount of shops, restaurants, bars, everything.
Any larger offices or locations?
Well, there's a number of commercial establishments here. You want me to rattle off some?
Non-commercial.
Non-commercial? You're talking, what do you mean?
Scientific. Are there any research laboratories in town?
Any biolabs nearby?
No, sir, there's nothing within the city limits.
Is this,
anything outside of
what was the Chinese province that?
This man looks horrible.
And Hayes is going to look at Potter and he's going to raise an eyebrow. And Potter is going to say, I'm not sure I have anything for you in particular. Would you like to roll human now?
Oh, God.
You're fine. You're fine.
No! That's
All
a
right,
success. Let's see if it's
success.
crit. That was a 4.
That was a 4. I'll give it to you. Yeah, Potter is visibly nervous and he's sweating just a little bit.
I look at Raymond.
Anything you might have could help us out here. So if you have anything that you think might help, please let us know. Can I roll persuade?
Raymond, could you silently let me know that it's a little sketch? Because I didn't roll it.
Gentlemen, I don't know what you want from me. Raymond?
Potter.
Lazzuto?
It's very obvious that you look clearly nervous. You're hiding something. Under threat of prosecution by the federal government of obstruction of justice, I order you right now to tell me where this man works.
Baker, you know the exact municipal, state, and federal codes that this man can be prosecuted.
List them, Ray. List them, Ray.
Roll law.
That's a success.
That's a critical.
That is a crit success. So Potter is going to say, God damn it.
Gotcha.
Look, I'm afraid you guys are here and you're going to interfere with our local industries. All right? Unnecessary attention, it's inefficient.
We're going to be in and out.
Yeah, there's a biomedical lab, but it's damn far away from Helena. I already mentioned it. Benthic Pharmaceuticals runs a laboratory just outside of York, Montana. 45-minute drive.
You have anything else for him?
No. Hayes can take you there if you'd like.
I think we'll go there alone.
If we plan on going to the pit, we might take.
This is a Lewis and Clark County matter. I insist.
Sheriff Potter, all of these achievements on your way could be flushed down the drain in a matter of months if you do not stop obstructing justice. I'm willing to let this go.
Of course, Mr. Lazzuto. You'll get nothing but cooperation from me. Now please, get to it.
Thank you for your time.
You two are going to step outside the office.
Good job.
And
Good
Hayes,
job, Mr. Baker.
Potter is going to, you know,
Great
sit down, he's angry, he's going to pick up his phone. Hayes is going to accompany you guys out, and he's going to say, all right. Oh, well, he did not hear that conversation. He's going to say, all right, where are we headed?
I'm afraid that you won't be joining us anymore.
Little change of
Well, like you said, I want to get to the bottom of Frederick's death as much as anyone.
Is this guy genuine?
I can shake this guy.
So, we
I
will
don't
need
know.
your help. We're taking a short trip out of town, and we're going to come back, and we will be back for you. Because we know
should
you
go to
want
the-
to be
Let's
help.
ask this
We
guy
should
about
go-
Benthic. I think
You
I
can.
think Hayes is a nice guy.
I think we should hit first.
You want to ask about Benthic? Ask about Benthic.
You wanna
Can
ask
we
about
pick?
Benthic?
Can we go coroner's office first?
Yeah, you guys want to take
Let's
Hayes
head to
comes
the
with you
coroner's office, Hayes.
It is now noon. You two sitting outside the county coroner's office.
Took you long enough.
A beige Honda Civic and a Lewis and Clark County patrol car are going to pull up to the sidewalk.
Now we'll get out of the car and corner them off so that we aren't hurt. Pull them in. Okay.
Sure. So you guys are going to get into the car. Hayes is not in the car with
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
He's in his own. So you guys.
We're all talking in the car.
Uh-huh.
So you guys know everything that we know. Where should we head? What are we thinking?
I think the pit is it's a source of heavy metals, but the heavy metals aren't what we're looking for.
I think it's a
here.
red herring
We're
and an
looking-
excuse for us
yeah.
to deal with the annoying.
I was going to say, if
However-
we go to the pit, the EPA agents are going to be there.
and I don't want to.
They know me, and they're going to question, and
But
we
I
also
can-
have a policeman with
I
us
can
now,
also
and
shake
they're
that.
going to question.
What we know right now is that drifter looked a lot like Christine, and Christine probably looked a lot like Frederick.
I think we need to find this patient zero. I think that guy is somehow related to the cause of all this, and until we can,
Stevie, are you thinking Benthic?
I think we should go to Benthic, but I think we should also be concerned about tracking this patient zero down.
I feel like odds are he's dead already.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Someone knows about his death.
And I feel like they know
But-
about Benthic.
Okay,
Wait,
so
if he's dead, he's probably in the corridors.
Janet!
Let's
Any
check
strange
for-
drifters die recently?
Alright,
So
let's
He's
look through all the
probably
boxes.
in the morgue.
We don our hazmat suits.
So you're going back to the coroner's office?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, we
Janet's
never
gonna
left.
say-
We were just in the
Janet,
car.
Oh, yeah,
I got
So
some
you guys did
information, Janet.
Yes. What do you need?
Is this the only body that's come in this condition this week with a heavy metal poisoning or weird symptoms or any just odd deaths?
Well, I believe so. Although Dr. Halsey will probably be moved in shortly. She's gonna recognize
that's
the
glib.
gravity. Yeah.
That's glib.
She's gonna recognize the gravity of what she just said and stifle back a couple tears.
That was so fucking glib. Holy shit.
When do you?
Um,
when
but-
was the last body before
Before old Frederick.
Jacob?
he's at the hospital.
Yeah. No doubt.
His body's in the hospital.
We
which
need
means
to
it's
get to
ready.
Benthic.
Yeah,
figure it out, and
that's
get
why
it
I said
cured.
we bombed the
already-
hospital and nobody wants to go.
We
This is
can't
why
bomb the
we needed
hospital.
Derek to give us a fungal specialist.
Which is
Why
why
is why
Which
is
means we need to quarantine the hospital.
But we also
How do you
now we
expect
need to
us
come
to
up
do
with
that?
an we need to make an
all I'm saying.
excuse
That's what I'm saying.
that will draw them away from Frederick.
Can I
We
roll
need to
law
get
to
the
see if there's
quarantine
any-
without telling the truth.
If
Any
it's
law
too-
way that I can make them not use the hospital?
If the hospital
Make
gets
them
too,
not use the hospital.
if the
Make
hospital
quarantine the
gets
hospital?
if the
Yeah.
hospital gets too busy, you can't.
What
be
are
rude.
quarantine laws?
I think we should go to Benthic first.
In order from the roll law.
Pass.
Yeah, with an order from the CDC, either at a regional or DC headquarters, given probable cause, you can quarantine a hospital.
How illegal is forgery?
Very.
Is there
Okay.
is there
So
a
is
fax?
impersonating a federal agent.
Okay, James, is there a fax
We-
machine?
guys.
Is there a fax
Yes,
machine?
there would be a
We
fax
can
machine
get
at the
Derek
police
to
office.
fax
All
us
public, most public buildings
We
have
can
fax
get Derek to
machines.
fax us.
We
That's
can
what I'm
get
saying.
Derek
But
to
I think-
forge a CDC
I
document.
think,
fax
we
it
go
to
to
us.
Benthic
Yes.
first, though, and we report on what we find to Derek and ask him for an official CDC order.
I
telling
think
them
we
they
should
need
get that
quarantine.
now while we have access to a fax machine.
I agree.
Before they move this body from the hospital to the morgue, we should probably quarantine the hospital because that body being out is
Okay,
going to cause.
so we're gonna call Derek, get him to fax us an official CDC order.
Wait, how do you say that in code?
Who wants to call Derek? Because I've already called him 3 times.
This is probably going to be on me since I'm the med guy.
You have reached the voicemail box of Daniels Goodman Dry Cleaning.
Wait, this isn't Aesop Stable?
This had better be good.
Okay. We have good. We have no good news, exclusively bad news. The chronic wasting disease is getting a little out of control.
In the last 20 minutes?
We've learned more information since then. I've spoken with my coworkers. But anyway, I was hoping you could fax me over that document about containing the population of deer from the Coalition of Deer Conservationists. That way we can get a control of the situation within the local population of deer.
I think Forestry Bureau International has an office somewhere near you that I think you should report to.
I think I'll keep that in mind. Thank you.
So he wants us to go to an FBI office?
There is one in Helena. Yeah.
Okay.
We're in the fax.
So
I asked him to fax
So
me
you
over
guys
the
drive.
official
It's
document.
1:00. Are you getting lunch on the way?
Yes!
All right.
Drive for sure.
It's 1:30. We'll say when you pull up to the FBI office, and Hayes is going to say, "Hey, I thought we were going to the pit." He gets out of his car, closes the door. Well, what's going on?
Quick stop.
I thought
Hayes.
I told him we were going. We told him we were going out of town to the other place.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm pretty
okay.
sure we told him.
Gotcha. And he's going to say, "Well, what's the holdup?"
Hayes, I'm going to give it to you straight, Hayes. We at the CDC have reason to believe there could be a viral contaminant in the region. We don't know anything for sure yet, but I would appreciate, it would probably be best if you went back to the station so that we can handle some things, but I need you to keep this on the wraps.
I can keep it on the wraps.
We do not need mass panic. That's the last thing we need right now is mass panic.
If you want to contain public opinion, then what you need is a respected public servant on this team. I've served the county for 7 years now.
I didn't say that out loud.
Respect
That was not a
doesn't do
character
anything
I
against
promise.
a viral disease.
Well, it does a hell of a lot against mass panic, Mr. Baker.
And you will be
The
the first
exact
one I
mass
go
panic
to
we are avoiding.
when we need a spokesman for the community. But right now, there is a very high likelihood.
Doc, are you ordering me to step off?
I'm not ordering you. That it might be in everyone's best interest for you to step back a little bit.
Persuade.
Success!
He's going to say, all right, I'll report back to Sheriff Potter. If you need me. And he's going to step
I'll
in
call
his
the
patrol
office
car
if we need you.
and drive on back. Stepping into
Told
the
you I
FBI
could shake
office,
the cop.
One of them's going to look up and he's going to say, you're the critical response group team, right?
Yes.
Yeah, Washington barely gave us 24-hour notice that you were going to get here. There's a call for you in the tank.
Gotcha.
All right. So, yeah, the FBI office has a secured phone, right? Like, not recorded for calls to Washington that need to be off the books. Strictly, these phone lines aren't on public record. And this is a local office that's not particularly well funded, so it's not going to be perfectly secure, but it's a sealed room
We're okay.
with plated walls and a phone that won't be tapped or recorded. The local FBI have been told that you're here with the critical response group. You're one of them.
So I can talk freely.
You pick up the phone.
Okay, this is the office of the Federal Bureau of Investigation's Critical Response Group.
Yes.
You recognize the voice of Derek. This is, yeah. He's going to say,
Okay, so it looks like we're dealing with something viral.
I believe it's more so fungal.
But viral in the sense not of a
Viral in the
virus, but
sense
in the
that it's
sense of it's
spreading.
spreading.
okay.
I'm going to patch you through to a CDC representative.
All right. Now, before you do that, do you have any information on Benthic?
Benthic? What is that?
It's a local pharmaceutical company. We believe that they may be a key factor in this. We don't know just
Possibly
yet.
connected.
It's possible.
We have zero
It's
fucking
possible.
evidence of this.
I'll have...
The sheriff seemed very suspect.
I'll have my good friend I look into it.
Okay.
Right?
All right, ready?
Yes.
Connecting you. This is Louis Payton, Regional Director, Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. I've been told that you're with the FBI Critical Response Group currently conducting an operation in the Montana.
This is Agent Eddie Lazzuto. I'm here with my response team, critical response team. And we have a couple questions for you pertaining our mission.
It's my understanding that you have a doctor currently on the team, correct?
Yes, doctor, if you could.
Yes, hold on.
Speak.
So it appears there's some kind of infection going around this small town.
Of what nature?
Right now, I have not been able to confirm. It could be viral, it could be fungal. We're investigating several avenues of spread here.
And you're not sure if it's viral or fungal?
I think it's airborne.
What is its cellular structure?
We haven't been able to get into a lab yet. This is happening right now. I think I have reason to believe the hospital may be being a little overwhelmed by some cases of this, and I would like to get them to section off certain symptoms.
Okay. You want me to give you an order to quarantine a local hospital?
Yes, that would be
You're in Helena, Montana. Do I have that correct?
Correct.
Are you asking me to section off St. Peter General? You understand that that services 6 counties, right?
I would not be asking for this if I did not think it was medically necessary.
You're Frank Doe?
Correct.
ID number.
You've got a fake
You
one.
have it.
It's not
I
real.
read it off the back.
You're gonna hear him scroll down, and he's gonna say,
All right, listen, Doe. Your ass is on the line. Give it to me straight. Do we have to quarantine this hospital?
I have reason to believe we should.
You're at the Helena FBI office?
Yes, sir.
I'll fax over an order as soon as I can. I'm dispatching a CDC forward response team. They're going to be there in 24 hours. Understood?
Understood.
We might not lose.
Keep things under control until my team gets there. They can take over from there.
Alright, we walk out, grab the fax.
okay. So, okay. You're going to step outside of the FBI office. Where are you heading now? 1:30.
We gotta go to Benedict.
Yeah.
Right?
It's about a 45-minute drive.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Right.
All right.
And we have nowhere else to go,
The
right?
cop's not following us anymore, right?
Now, it's worth noting, the CDC order has been printed out, but you guys haven't presented it to
Oh,
Oh, we
Wait,
need to go to the hospital.
We should probably take it
Just
to
to let you guys know, you just haven't.
I forgot about
the...
that.
Should we go to the hospital?
So
Yes.
I think you should go into the front door of the hospital and hand it to him.
We'll sit in the car.
Should I be in a hazmat suit for better effect?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, so one guy in a hazmat suit.
No, we should all go.
He's the only one who says anything, but we all go at least
We
in
just,
order.
Okay,
we let you
So
roll.
you're all
We let
you're
you
rolling up in your 4 hazmat suits.
Yes.
And you are going to, walk through the door. St. Peter General Hospital is a large hospital that staffs like 1,300 doctors, physicians, nurses, and support staff.
What's the sit rep?
Mostly seems things as normal. So you guys are going to stride through the front door of the hospital, and the receptionist is going to look up. There's a number of medical personnel, changing rooms, walking around. She's going to look up and she's going to say, "Hi, is something happening?"
Yes, I've got this official order from the CDC. I'm Dr. Frank Doe, CDC virologist. We need you to quarantine this hospital. Call up your boss.
Hello, Director Olson. Yes, we have a virology team from the CDC requesting an immediate quarantine order. No, they haven't specified. Yes, sir.
Tell them to get down here.
No, sir. Yes, sir. Well, maybe.
We'd like to speak
I
to
didn't ask. Okay. And like 1 second later, a dude in a suit with like a loosened tie, jacket open, soup stain on his shirt. Hi, Frank Olson, administrator, St. Peter General. I'm told that you're shutting down my hospital.
Yes, direct orders.
Absolutely not. We service 6 counties.
We're aware of that, and I've got the warrant here.
Let me see.
I don't know what it's
Get ready
called.
for
It's not a
the
warrant.
He's getting ready for a law roll.
I'm sorry. What disease are you quarantining me under? None of your personnel have even stepped into the hospital before. Where's the report justifying this?
Frank.
By the way, this is highly out of the ordinary. Derek has clearly pulled strings to get you this CDC order on such short notice. Normally a good bit of federal investigation is required for this sort of thing, so this guy is right to be suspicious.
When you get a CDC order, you just have to
He can follow up on it, and that CDC director may have done something illegal to get it to you.
Okay.
What's his last name?
Olson.
Mr. Olson. Dr. Mr.
Call me John.
John? I think you introduced yourself as Frank.
Did I?
You just say Frank Olson.
I've been on shift for 19 hours. Call me Frank.
Oh.
Let me be Frank. Don't laugh at that.
Frank, we have a rapidly developing situation that we at the CDC think is best to nip in the bud before it gets out of hand.
What do you mean a rapidly developing situation? Everything's been under control so far.
Did Dr. Halsey have everything under control?
Yeah, we've lost a couple of patients.
You haven't noticed any strange symptoms? Perhaps
Fungal
heavy
infection.
metal?
We haven't been able to exactly nail it down yet, but it's not out of the ordinary for people to die of sickness in a hospital. You can't just shut things down because a couple people have died. You're suggesting we quarantine the entire hospital?
We're not suggesting. This is an order
This
from
is an
the
order.
Center of Disease Control.
People could die if we shut this thing down.
This is for the
People
greater good
will
of
die
the
if you
American people.
If you don't know what this fungal infection is, and
What-
yet someone has died from it,
Several, not someone.
Maybe we should
Several.
ask him about
why
I'm
do you
seeing
have reason to
signs of it all over
suspect
town.
that it's not problematic?
Well, sometimes people die and we're unable to diagnose the exact cause.
Frank, I'm seeing cases all over town.
But cases all over town where?
Just at the coroner's office today, I encountered a young woman working there who has the same symptoms Halsey had right before he died. I've encountered several lawmen. Is this true?
No, but keep saying it.
Keep going.
Just bullshit.
There's so many people around here who've been coughing and sweaty and symptoms of heavy metal poisoning, much like the beloved community member Frederick Dominic Jacobs.
Persuade flat.
Whoa! James Bond.
He's going to take the order and he's going to say, I'll give you one wing. Understood? Anyone with fungal infection will place in that wing will have it under lockdown. But I need to keep the rest of my hospital open.
Can we speak with the doctors who treated Dr. Halsey?
Yes.
Very good. Very good.
Oh, that was big brain. Big brain.
Good
Dr.
thinking, Doe.
Santiago.
Oh, I love Santiago.
How long ago? He's on call.
Uh-oh.
He's ill.
Okay. What about nurses McCarthy and Jordan?
Sure you want one wing?
Is this Frank that's on the phone?
What's wrong with Dr. Santiago and the nurses? Frank?
Feverish, perhaps?
How many people are down with this thing?
Right now, it's hard to say. In the general population, I've encountered at least 3 out of the 5 people I've interacted with.
We need
which
to
is
put out a
small
public
enough
health
sample.
notice.
I don't want to cause mass. There's still preliminary investigations. The CDC task force is on their way. For now, let's just kind of contain it in the hospitals. I have reason to believe it's an airborne illness, so I would suggest that your staff be wearing face shields, surgical masks, gloves,
Hazmat suits if possible.
wash hands as much as you can, avoid touching the eyes and face. General anti-germ ideas here.
This is hot.
I'm sure y'all have handled outbreaks before.
Yes.
So just treat it like any kind of disease. Think of it as airborne. I don't think it's...
I'm going to get in contact with administrators of local hospitals in the state, see if they've had anything similar. I'm going to give them notice that an unknown, potentially airborne fungal infection has broken out in Helena. All right?
I think this is okay.
I think this
Spores.
is okay. I have spores written down.
I think this is okay.
We can pass this off as
What's the baby doing?
like
right now?
what?
We're gonna get a baby in a minute.
The
We'll
baby
kill
is
the baby.
emitting all the spores.
We'll kill the baby later.
I don't know. I don't think
I don't
it's.
know
I think
that
it's
we
a
have
normal
to.
baby.
We might just be able to put fungal medicine on the baby and save
We
it.
do need to ask them if they have fungal medicine.
Let's get fungal medicine.
from the doctor.
Yeah.
Oh wait, the doctors are not.
Can we get into
And at
fungal-
this point, a nurse is going to walk up and hand Olson a report, and he's going to thumb through and he's going to say, "This is Halsey." Okay, looks like this thing, Halsey came in a pretty bad state, but at that stage, there are certain fungal infections that are known to science that are resistant when development lasts long enough, but
Have you run a...
antifungal medications seem to have no effect.
Did y'all run a blood screen?
Yes,
Do you have the results from that?
they should be coming in later today. Actually, Santiago was supposed to file them. And he's going to disappear. And he's going to come back and he's going to say, "Tox came in early. Minor amounts of zinc."
Minor amounts of zinc? Like not a large amount.
Minor amounts of zinc.
Enough to cause problems?
Yeah, but not enough to kill someone quickly. The listed cause of death is fever. Dehydration.
So no heavy metal.
There was heavy metals poisoning, but not a fatal amount.
Oh.
Could we ask exactly what treatment Halsey received?
Yeah, like what
What
y'all
exactly
do?
did
They didn't let
We
him
kept
get
him on a
better.
saline IV drip. We kept him on regular dosages of water, because after a while he refused to take it. We kept him
When you say you refuse
in a cool environment, and we kept him on regular dosages of common antifungal treatments, and then stepped him up to more severe ones as his symptoms worsened.
Could you be
Would
specific
you-
on the
is-
fungal treatment?
And he's going to rattle off a few common, first over-the-counter, and then prescription, and then hospital standard antifungal medications, drips, pills.
When you say you
salves.
stopped taking water, do you mean you developed hydrophobia similar to rabies?
It's possible, but after a point he just started vomiting any fluids he received. And so we deemed that it would be detrimental to continue to have him orally receiving water.
Had he consumed anything?
Not during his stay in the hospital, though we did find zinc in his bloodstream. Look, all 3 of the medical personnel that were working on Halsey's case are currently... Well, one of them's checked into the hospital, the other 2 went home early.
Oh crap, they're home.
You might want to send someone to go get them.
Or
In
and
hazmat.
every single person in their
I'll
household.
dispatch a patrol car. And he's gonna dial the local sheriff's office.
Oh crap, of course he is.
St. Peter General Hospital.
I don't think we can continue this anymore. This has gotten too big.
I think
this is out of character.
Yeah,
This
just
is
have to
too
do a
big.
cover-up.
I think
We,
right now,
we just gotta
we need
accept
to
that the
cover
local
this
community
up.
is gonna hear about this.
Yeah, we need to minimize
And it's gonna
this.
be their weird event that goes down in town lore.
No, we need to cover this up in a way that makes sense. That is our goal.
We need to
There's
find
no way to make it
we
seem
gotta-
like it never
we gotta
happened.
link this.
So we
yeah,
gotta
but
go
we
to-
need to
Yeah,
keep
no,
it
we just have to make it seem like I
non-supernatural.
had nothing
So
to
if we go to Benthic and it can be say something ended up in their prescription in their meds.
We can
in their pharmaceuticals.
we can completely blame Bentley.
Yeah.
We can
And the
hardcore
Nazis.
scapegoat Bentley.
Oh my gosh, it's like the Tylenol murders.
Yeah.
We can make it look like that. We should do that.
Okay. I need a plan. What do you guys do? He's on the phone with the sheriff, so you guys gonna stop him or let him dispatch those
We're
patrol
gonna
cars?
dispatch them.
Yeah.
We've gotta get this under control.
Surgical masks, rubber gloves. I'm giving you 2 addresses. Yes. Yes. Yes,
So-
right away. Quarantine.
So
order.
it has
Centers for
been
Disease Control.
identified as a fungal infection.
Yes, Dr. Tell.
Over-the-counter fungal treatments don't work.
We need to go to Benthic.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
I think
Yeah.
we're just going to Benthic.
Okay.
It sucks that we don't have a real doctor.
That would have been a great. That would have been a great.
It's worked so far.
Hey, where are
hasn't
you
it?
guys going?
We're gonna follow up on some leads for potential original
We're
contamination
trying to find
vectors.
patients.
What am I supposed to do?
keep
Hold
your
down the
hospital closed.
hospital.
This is Frank. I'll do
If
my
anyone
best.
comes in feverish, sweating, red, coughing, I would recommend getting them
That's a lot.
in their own area.
That is very fancy.
I'm gonna quarantine immediately. Good luck. Here's my number. I want you to contact me regularly. That's my personal line.
What? We don't have phones.
We should look at Halsey's body. Halsey's body is at the hospital.
Under a microscope. Do they have microscopes?
And this is a hospital.
Yeah,
they
it's
have
a lab.
labs.
Yeah, they have
We
labs.
can figure out what this is right here and now.
So true.
And then we go to Benthic.
I'm gonna ask
anyway.
Olsen for access to the body.
And then we go to bed.
Let's do this.
This way. And
So
so
we'll go.
you guys, yeah, he's gonna lead you to the
We're
temporary
speeding because we're in
the
Hazmat.
freezer, you know, like where they're keeping corpses ready to be moved either to a morgue.
I'm
or
gonna
to
stay in the
coroner's
hallway.
office. Who's going into the
We're all in hazmat.
Who's going into this room?
Yeah, but I'm not really.
I'm double checking
Come on.
my hazmat suit prior
You're
to
staying out?
I'm staying in the hallway. Yeah.
So you guys are gonna
They're
step
not that
in.
much.
He's gonna say, it's been a little while, but I did a lot of examination and surgery back in my day. Do you have expertise in that field, or do you want me to conduct the operation, Dr. Doe?
I would like you to take lead. I'm more of the lab guy than the cutting open of bodies guy.
Right. This could take a little while. And he's gonna estimate that it's gonna take like 4 or 5 hours to analyze
I
this.
was about to ask him.
Y'all maybe y'all
autopsy.
should go to Benfic
Maybe-
and I'll maintain here with the body.
There's surgery on
That's probably a good
No,
plan.
like
I'm gonna be staying here with you.
Let's get to work,
If
Dr.
that's what
Doe.
you want.
And we head off?
We
Come in
get
thick.
driving.
Oh,
what time is it?
It's like 3.
9:33.
It's like 3.
Oh, you mean in game?
Yes.
It's like
You three
hello.
are going to walk back out to the car. Right?
Yes.
You know, it's in the hospital parking lot, which is rather large, in the middle of a number of other cars. And stepping forward, the passenger side door is slightly ajar.
Of our car?
Yes.
Y'all have my bag.
Bag's there on the floor.
Who was sitting passenger? Who was
I
driving?
was driving. No, I was
would
not
be
driving.
driving.
You closed the door on the way
Yeah.
out.
Okay, the door was
We locked the car.
You would probably be in passenger seat.
This-
Draw my gun and like clear the car.
It's empty.
It's empty. Like missing thing.
Go search.
Okay.
Somebody will
I was
search.
about to say, I can.
I have a 50.
I have 60.
You search.
Oh, 40.
I'll give
You're
you
not
plus
there.
20%
Plus 20%? Perfect.
because you
Cool,
have
got it.
inventoried the car. Critical
Great.
success. Yeah. Okay. You immediately know what's been taken.
Not the third line.
What?
The Song of the Star People tape is missing from the car.
That's fine.
That's not fine.
That's not. That's
No.
probably like.
I don't deal with that.
Well, that's
Yeah,
also.
someone got shot.
That is also like very bad
He
for
be
the
the guy who
government.
recorded
That
that
was
tape.
a little weird.
Right now we have priorities. Right now
It was
we
in the
need to
bunker,
get-
which means it's someone. It was down in the bunker of Delta Green.
No.
Do we have a dash cam?
Uh-uh.
Is there a security camera for the parking lot?
Are we going back
We're
there?
not
Or
going
do
back
we
to
need
the
to go to
hospital.
Bentley? We
Let's
need to
just
go.
go.
We
Let's
need to
just
go.
go to Bentley.
It's going to be a 45-minute drive. All the while, you and Dr. Olson are performing the autopsy on this man.
This really brings back my college club.
Right, like, and yeah.
I don't even
it's-
know if I ever handled a cadaver. I probably didn't.
Cutting into its gut, there's going to be a fairly substantial amount of visible fungus there, but not as much as the coroner's report suggested that there was in Jacob. His body is entering the initial stages of decomposition, as you would expect, within like 5 or 6 hours of death. But beyond that, you can't glean anything else right now. 45 minutes, you guys are going to be driving up the highway. Eventually, you're going to divert on the smaller local roads to the town of York, Montana, which is little more than a bar, a couple parks, a hiking trail, and a school. There, you have been told by, you were told by Potter, it was indicated to you like on a map page, so it's like, yeah, you can go there. You've got a regional map as well. Benthic Pharmaceutical Company has its outpost a little bit up the road, just tucked into the woody hills that roll behind the town of York. Right, yeah, driving up, there's like it's a decently sized building, large, constructed of concrete bricks with a glass double door in the front and a couple shuttered windows, indicating a singular large floor that stretches back with a raised portion at the center of the building made of corrugated steel. There is a chain link fence that surrounds the perimeter, and it's clear in the forest. The trespassers will be shot. Private property, stay clear, and a gate with a little gatehouse and a security guard in a business suit with a holstered firearm at his side, sitting in a shitty office chair, just sort of glancing down at the forest road, which goes from dirt to paved as you approach the complex. Driving up, your car's going to be, there's a gate, and you're going to pull up alongside the gatehouse, and you're going to press a button and say, "What's your business?"
FBI business.
This is private property. Can I get a name?
Agent Eddie Lazzuto.
Agent Lazzuto, this is private property.
Yes.
You do not have permission to conduct a search here. You have a warrant?
Raymond, could you spit some legalese at him?
You say that in character.
Raymond, spit some legalese. I look at Raymond and I'd be like,
Reasonable cause.
He's right. This is private property.
Reasonable cause, contamination.
We don't have that.
yes, we do.
We quarantine the hospital.
We did quarantine the
Come on,
hospital.
come on.
I'm just going. Can I roll law?
So, yeah, it is illegal, by the way, for you
Yeah.
to do this.
And?
And this guy is, like,
Did I-
well aware of the laws surrounding it. I'm going to
Oh.
allow you to roll law at minus 40% to convince this guy.
But he doesn't
Now,
know
you're
about
not
the
doing
quarantine.
anything illegal
He doesn't know
by
about the
suggesting
quarantine.
that you enter it. He doesn't.
Okay.
But telling him doesn't make it more legal.
So I'm just going to suggest legally that we should be able to get in.
Yeah,
if
you
I
can do that at
fail,
minus
if I
40.
fail, then he's
You are
just
not
like, no.
committing a crime. Yeah.
Okay.
Like, you're not committing a crime yet.
Oh!
Oh, shit!
Legalese.
So we're gonna spit some fire about quarantine orders, all that sort of
We
thing.
did quarantine St. Peter?
St. Peter General Hospital, yeah. So there is some legal backing to this, even though. Okay, by the way, entering this property, you will commit a crime. It will be a crime to enter this property.
Why?
He let us in.
Because you've done it under false pretenses, not having a warrant, not lied directly about
So,
having a warrant.
It's his word against ours.
Yeah, it's technically a crime, but you've got ways around. The gate is going to open. Your car's going to drive in and it's going to tap on the window. He's going to say, "With me." And he's going to lead you through the doors of Benthic Pharmaceutical Corporation.
Before we go in, judging by the parking lot, how many people are here?
There's probably I'm going to say 7 cars.
7 cars, so not very
Not a
much.
huge. It's not a large facility. No.
How big's the parking lot?
Capacity for 16 cars.
One Walmart-sized
Okay.
parking lot.
And there's
Because if it was a
and
really
there's
big
a
parking lot with
garage.
7 cars, I'd be concerned.
No,
So
yeah,
not
so-
very many people at all. Okay.
All right, so yeah, not too many people here.
So that's like 20 people.
walking in. He said, "Hey, we got visitors, feds. They have probable cause. They're entering." And so you're gonna walk in, and you are going to be greeted by some Benthic personnel. There's going to be 2 more men
We're
wearing
still in
business
hazmats,
suits
aren't
with
we?
holstered handguns, standing there at attention in the center of the white tiled small reception area with the fluorescent
3
lights
of
and
the
sterile
7 cars
wall.
are security.
And in the center is going to be a man with a red tie and a gray tweed suit, standing
Like
there,
a style.
balding ginger hair, a mustache, circular glasses, and he's going to say, What is this about?
Are we still in hazmat suits?
Are you?
Are we?
You can enter in hazmat suits if you'd like.
Should we doff?
Jag ska bara doff.
I say.
Because you're here with the FBI, not the CDC.
Yeah, I say we
Yes.
doff.
May I ask why it's so heavily guarded?
We're a private
That's
research
the
facility.
first thing we had.
We're a
That's what
private
I'm
research
asking.
facility. We don't want to risk potentially lucrative secrets being leaked to industry competitors. Can I ask a question? Where's your warrant?
Raymond.
No, Raymond.
We're pushing our luck with
You
this
see,
one.
sir, this is a matter of emergency. We were not able to acquire a warrant. I'm just gonna tell them straight up. There are people that are dying, and we think that you guys might have the key to unlocking the mystery.
We have.
Can I roll persuasion?
Probable cause. Use the word probable
We have
cause.
probable cause.
So you've just said we don't have a warrant and we suspect you've
No,
killed.
no, no,
No, no, no, no,
No,
no,
I
no,
said
no.
I have the key of
Lie
solve
that
it.
the warrant is on the way.
This is a pharmaceutical place, right?
Yes.
We think they might be able to help, is what I'm trying to say. Help us keep it under control.
I don't think they want to.
We think that they might have the key to solving
You're
this. That would
telling
get their
me Big
name up.
Pharma
That would
doesn't
get their
have
name
America's
out
health?
into the world if they
It's
solve
not
this
worth the money.
epidemic that might possibly be about to happen.
Oh my gosh, what if they put it out so that they can get the drug out?
You can get your name out. If
Me when I Big
this could
Pharma.
happen. We need help. So we are here at your facility begging for your help.
What's your name?
What am I? U.S. Attorney's Office?
Yes.
You're
not at all.
I am Raymond Baker from the U.S. Attorney's Office.
Mr. Baker, as an industry professional, I'd like to advise you that you don't need help. You need a fucking warrant. And as a matter of fact, if you stay here much longer, you're trespassing.
Understood. Turning
Which
around
way
and
you
walking
want
away. I'm
What?
leaving.
No! So
But I'm
Raymond's
not dying.
like, hey guys, we gotta go. What do you either of you want to interject?
I say we don't leave, and I say we intimidate this man.
Yeah,
And I
that's really
say-
good.
Can I roll human to
I never
watch
got
him
to
when
roll
he
persuade.
said we're looking for help?
I think we should bullshit this
Can I
man.
roll human to see if he made any
Oh, yeah.
anything if while he said
Absolutely.
we're looking for help?
Yeah.
Okay. Yep, it's gonna be a success. Just see. Okay, 35.
So yeah, that's gonna be at -20. What's your human?
70.
Fucking hell. Okay.
Why are they all so good at humans?
This guy's got a solid poker face, but when you mentioned people have died, he visibly started.
You seemed surprised that people are dying?
It's never good news that people are dead.
No, of course
It's my
not.
condolences to you and your investigation,
So why wouldn't you want to help?
because it is my duty as an employee of Bentley Pharmaceutical to protect our property rights as protected by the United States Constitution.
Do you think your competitors would like to help?
That's none of our business, Mr. Baker.
Then I guess we'll go to them.
Please.
I'm trying to make it your business.
Well, we don't want it, Mr. Baker,
Why wouldn't you want to?
because we are a private business.
Okay, yes, you
Our
said
taxes fund public health. Why don't you take care of it? Even if I wanted to help with your little public health crisis, I don't have that kind of authorization. I can't speak for Bentley Pharmaceutical.
that. Then get us someone who does.
Get a warrant.
What's your name, sir?
And you're gonna note that the two guys are gonna like grasp at batons that they've got at their sides. Jeremy Hobson.
Jeremy. Do you mind if I call you Jeremy?
I do.
All right, Hobson. We have probable cause to believe that the Bentley Corporation has played a direct part in causing this public health crisis. If you don't give us somebody who can speak for this corporation, we'll find them.
Say goodbye.
That's a threat!
Say
Dufresne,
goodbye.
Toms, please escort our friends from the premises.
Oh, crap.
I'll comply. I don't want to get hit.
It is now 2:15 p.m.
Fuck.
You're about an hour into the autopsy.
Anything interesting?
Right. So at this point, you have begun feeding the blood into the lab for a secondary toxicology test as part of the routine examination of the gut flora. The zinc levels have almost been neutralized. There's very little metal left in this man's body. Similarly, throughout the bloodstream, it seems like the massive spore-like particulates, which can be found in his gut flora, seem to be represented in small part in other organs. In the same way that a bloodborne pathogen is transported via the circulatory system, you're finding trace amounts in his lungs, liver, brain, pretty much throughout his body. Particular contamination has been focused on the brainstem, though not as much as exists in the digestive tract. And you will learn more as the autopsy progresses.
Okay.
Now you guys are getting a warrant.
We're just gonna go back to Helena and get a warrant.
Okay, 45 minutes. It is now 3 o'clock.
Yep.
Roll bureaucracy.
Who has a high bureaucracy? What's
Oh,
your
I
bureaucracy?
do.
You're getting plus 20% because you're an FBI agent.
This is true.
Oh, but you're a lawyer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a 70
Yeah.
bureaucracy.
That
Yeah,
is
you
higher
probably-
than
yeah.
mine, plus 20.
I'm going to say go ahead and roll plus 20. Go ahead.
Oh,
That's a 10.
10.
All right.
I wasted a good roll. I could have gotten like an 89.
You guys are going to have a warrant in 6 hours.
In 6 hours.
That's fast.
Fairly fast.
Yeah,
That's fast.
Yeah, let's check out the baby.
All right. Well, let's say it'll take a couple hours to go through the process of calling and interviewing, and then we'll say it took an hour to drive back. It'll be 5 o'clock. You started the autopsy at 1, so it'll be done, and then you guys can go to the hospital and meet up. So at this point,
How are we looking, Olsen?
you've been sitting there, and Olsen's going to say, "I don't know that I've ever seen anything like this."
What's
Look
it
at this.
looking like?
The body is hardly decomposing. It seemed to be earlier, but look here. And he's going to shoot some slides into a microscope. I don't mean to talk down to you, but I feel like it has to be vocalized. It's almost rekindling dead cells. It's repairing damage. Okay. So Halsey died at this point almost 9-10 hours ago, right? His cells should not be receiving energy through his bloodstream or through his
The
digestive
metabolic
system.
pathway is opposed.
Exactly. And they have. And yet, the cells live. Look at the slide of his gut flora. I have never seen any sample that looks like this before. Look at the strange cellular wall structure. This isn't behaving like carbon. It looks to be almost composed of silicon. Although, aside from that, it has the full appearance of a fungal organism with some minor alterations. But look, the gut flora just seems to get energy.
What if I told you?
Other times it just loses it, vanishes out of thin air. It's like I don't know. I feel like there's more here, but right now this fully appears to be a violation of conservation of energy. I have never seen anything like this before, and I must be missing something. I must be missing something, Dr. Doe. This is truly bizarre.
What if I told you that when I went and saw the body of Frederick Jacob,
I don't think
it was not decomposing. After 7 days, it's been a week.
Oh my god.
Something's
All right, you're the Fed. What do we do? What's the play? 18 hours until your CDC team gets here.
Oh
right?
crap! I forgot about them.
Yeah.
I think that
we're
might
gonna
be our
have-
salvation, to be real.
Yeah, I think those are
Fungicide.
gonna help.
Fungicide. Get some fungicide.
Yeah, we
I
can just
don't
spray it
know
on the
what
baby and we'll kill
Spray
it.
it on the dead body and see if it starts decomposing.
Well, we should check the condition of the rest of the hospital. Yeah.
Yeah, we should see how they're doing. How's their quarantine? Have you heard any news from orders?
So he's gonna step outside and he's gonna
James
demand
talks
an
about
incident
his other
report. And the deputy administrator at the
Definitely.
hospital is gonna speak with him for a moment. He's gonna come back and he's gonna say,
Yeah, then we just create
those
a
patrol cars, picked up the nurse and the doctor, and we have had a total of 18 individuals report into the hospital in various stages of fever, sweat, and in some cases minor metals poisoning. And on initial report, the infection appears to be fungal in nature. We've sectioned them off in the large part of the hospital which has been quarantined. We're having several patients demanding to be treated immediately for various emergencies. We've had to stop flying emergency patients in on helicopter. The people are getting a little agitated. I'm told there's a reporter outside that needs to speak with you as a representative of the CDC, or Dr. Doe. I think you should do it.
I'm debating how much I can say to get the reporter off my case without causing mass panic in the general populace.
Is it being televised?
Well, do you want to walk out and see?
I'm not
I
there.
would like to peek up the blinds.
So peeking out the blinds of the hospital, and outside there's a mess of people who haven't even been let into the hospital yet due to the medical emergencies taking
This is
precedence.
a
in triage.
combination of...
There's roughly a crowd of 40 to 50 people that need to get into the hospital, as well as what appears to be a local news team consisting of a reporter, mic operator, and cameraman.
Oh.
I don't have time for a full interview, fellas.
You're saying that to them? So you're walking outside,
I understand you don't want to speak to me.
So, okay,
But
what
I
I'm
need
saying-
you to realize that time is an important resource right this second, so I don't have time to devote to a full interview. If you want to take some notes about what I'm going to say real quick. No, I'm not doing a full press conference. This is not a full press release. I'll give you some words, and I got to get back.
You're a representative from the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention.
I'm
I
a
have that correct?
virologist, correct.
What is the nature of the infection that is keeping the entire hospital quarantined? We have dozens of people out here in need of urgent medical attention that have been turned away. Could this be an outbreak of mad cow disease?
We're not sure yet. It appears to be fungal in nature. I don't think it's a prion disease like mad cow disease, but things are a little early to tell.
How many people have been infected with this?
Right now we're looking at in the range of dozens.
Could this be a potential public health catastrophe? Are people in danger? Do we have an outbreak on our hands?
It's too early to call how much of a large threat this, but people should take precautions when possible.
What should we be on the lookout for?
Right now, our symptoms are like coughing, fever, memory loss, general confusion. That's all I got time for.
Very well. You heard it here first. KXLH, Montana's news leader. This is Lauren Taylor. Back to you, David.
I'll say it's Stevie.
Good job not giving them your name.
Okay.
And then we do it.
You three are at the county courthouse. You've been delivered a warrant. It is now 5 p.m.
What time is it?
You're stepping out of the press conference just as a beige Honda Civic is rolling up at 5 p.m.
We don't want to be on
Yeah, you guys are gonna shy away. Like you'll like look down as the camera follows Stevie as he's gonna.
Yeah, we put on the hazmat suits and we talk to Stevie. Hey, Stevie, we think it would be worthwhile to see if this fungal stuff is killed by this fungicide.
I can get it into a sample. We could
surely get
Is Olsen? Are you speaking with Olsen?
No,
Okay.
just Stevie. We could get a sample of the fungus and pour fungicide on it. Bingo, bango.
I'm
see
not
if
bringing
it
the
does.
fungus out of this hospital.
No, we're not taking it out.
No, we'll bring
have
the
the
fungicide
fungicide
here.
We have the fungicide.
By the way,
I'm holding it.
This is like agricultural fungicide.
Yes.
It will kill whatever person it enters. If you put this in
That
your
might
person,
be necessary.
they will die. Olsen's gonna come in and he's gonna say, all right, the rest of the team is here? Great, situation report, we've got 24 confirmed infected, quarantined
24?
off in the hospital. 24. Several of them are
That's
hospital
fast.
staff, many of them are relatives of hospital staff. We've got a couple staff signed in sick, unaccounted for at the moment, that we're pulling out all the stops looking for.
How is this spreading so much faster than it was before?
Hospital.
No,
not-
but
it's
like,
not-
like the
it's
symptoms
not
are
just
spreading
counting.
faster.
It's been
Probably because they aren't eating milk.
Oh.
I
And
feel
we're
like
also-
that's why Christine was alive for so long, because you.
The fungus definitely feeds off the metal somehow.
Yeah. That's
There's
probably
some
how the
intera-
energy is
There's
created.
some fungal metal interaction happening here. I don't even want to call it fungus because I don't think it's a fungus.
Mr. Olson,
We'll find out.
could we get a sample of the fungal stuff and test this fungicide that we brought on it? At the end of the day, it'll
I
be
didn't know
useful
they were
in
doing this.
disinfecting dead bodies.
I don't know. I didn't know they were doing this.
We need to stop the spread.
I did not know they were doing this also.
Does this
We're
have
not
your
gonna.
okay
We're
though?
not gonna test it on live people. We're just testing it
Doe.
on fungus.
I don't think it'll hurt to take a small sample from Halsey's gut.
With
me,
perform
to
it
the
in
lab.
lab. Keep it. Keep it
Me
quarantined.
and you will handle this.
Yeah, you two handle.
So,
it.
okay. It's going to take some time and a vast amount of fungicide.
We just get a spoon.
Like a small amount of the gut flora is going to be placed in a petri dish, and it's going to be drowned in this like industrial fungicide. And after like
Is
10
it
to
like
20
a-
minutes, it is slowly going to break down.
What the hell do we have, Wilson?
I don't know, but I know we have 24 sick people. My lead orderlies reported that they're acting strange.
Erratic? Confused? Like
Hungry
Just
for.
listen.
Hungry for
I'm
battery.
gonna let you in.
There's
a little bit
so
of
much
our outside
technology in a
information.
I think
hospital.
we're telling you Frankel's.
They're
way too
consuming the heavy metal.
I know.
Like,
Those are the reports I've received. Batteries out of phones, shower curtain rings off of rods. Any metal that patients can get a hand of, they're consuming.
it's some.
There's
We've had to
so
restrain. We've had to restrain most of them. They're not. They're not remaining particularly mentally coherent. They
You
seem
said-
to be degrading into confusion.
You said the brainstem had a higher percentage, like a higher ratio of the fungus.
Second only to the gut.
Only the gut.
getting
Hold
into
on.
their mind.
How far are we from the Devil's Tower place or whatever it's
Wyoming?
600 kilometers.
How long would it
Yeah.
take to drive there?
Several hours.
Long.
No.
Yeah, but
I know.
odds are whoever took
I
this
just had the idea that someone took it and
I
they
think-
are actively
I think they are
taking it
actively
to
going
that place.
there, probably.
So I was gonna guess how long we,
We
had
have
until
a
they
number
play
of
that
days
song in
before
that
that
place.
happens, and we don't even
Okay.
know what happens.
So we can get this under control before they do that, and that's probably still a problem.
We
but
probably can't stop
that
it.
ship is that ship
That
has
ship
sailed.
has
Sucks
sailed.
so well.
I
I
think
guess
the
we gotta
reason it
keep going.
disappeared was so James could tell us this was important, and we just ignored it anyways again.
So what do you
Okay,
do?
let's talk to Stevie in private.
Can I ask what about? I feel that I've been brought on in an advisory position here, and it's my hospital. I would like to be present.
Okay, Olson, we'll let you in.
Tell me.
We currently have a warrant, we just got it, to search
Wait.
Benthic. We are currently working with an FBI critical response team who has acquired a warrant to search Benthic.
Okay.
Are you familiar with them?
Yes, pharmaceutical company up north.
Are
They
they
supplying the pharmaceuticals for this hospital?
No, we receive it from a bulk wholesaler in New York.
What are your opinions on that?
None.
Do you have any? They're a bit of a non-factor in your mind?
They employ some folks in town, but I don't know anything else about them.
Well, we fear that they might have something to do with this fungal infection.
Well, it sounds like you better get over there.
Yeah, that's where
I'm
we're
gonna
headed.
stay here for the hospital.
Let's do it.
As a CDC.
You're still gonna stay?
Guys, hear me out.
There's
we need to stop
nothing
at a
I can
hardware
do
store.
at Benthic,
Yeah.
and there's stuff I can do at the hospital.
Yeah.
We need to stop at a hardware store.
What if we took...
We need somebody to know what's happening at the hospital, and
Yeah.
it makes the most sense for it to be
It's
me, the
true.
CDC guy.
Let's go to
The
Benthic.
technical
All right,
metal
you're
in
going to
the
arrive at
middle.
Benthic for the second time at 6:30
Oh,
p.m.
I'm ready for this.
All right, so the same gate guard who was there before is going to look up and he's going to say, "No, no, no."
Hey, buddy! Remember me?
We'll be having that.
So the gate is going to be open, and Benthic, it's 6:30, like it's closed right now. The lights are mostly off inside. The lobby lights are going to turn on, and two different suited security guards are going to walk up with their holstered
I
handguns.
was really ready to shoot out that guy.
They're going to push the door open, and they're going to say, "Got a warrant?
Indeed I do.
Let me get Hobson."
Here he comes.
Here he comes.
Time to chew him out.
Tweed suited, red tie. Hobson is going to walk back up, and he's going to say, "Well, well, we meet again.
I love this.
And you got a piece of paper for me?"
Warranted.
Just the one. Show him, Raymond.
And he's gonna take a while and look at it, and he's going to say, "Hold right here. I'm gonna verify the warrant." You don't need to wait legally. Hold right here. I'm gonna go verify the warrant, make some phone calls.
No, Hobson, I think we'll begin now.
Stay with them. Show them what they want to see.
Let's go.
And Hobson is gonna sit down at the desk and begin making some phone calls. And the guards are gonna stand with you, silent, standing at attention as you three have entered Benthic.
Okay, first thing I'm looking for, paper shredders.
Oh, by the way, the reception area empties into a long hallway behind it with a number of doors. This is a
He
one-story
definitely,
building.
dispose them.
Yeah, I'm looking for
One-story
paper
building?
shredders.
One-story building. You're let in at the right side of the structure.
'Cause they
That's
had-
where the entry door
They
is.
had like 5 hours of prep time.
That's what I'm saying.
So if they have any paper shredders or trash cans, I'm taking a peek.
Okay, well, you don't know where you're going right now. You can ask these guards to show you around. There's a lot of unlabeled doors and hallways.
Give us the tour.
What if opened every door?
I'm just gonna ask them to give us
Where
the
do you
tour.
dispose of your pharmaceutical waste?
Pharmaceutical waste, there's a company that ships them out. There's a loading bay at our dock. We keep the materials stowed in a safe biohazard container, and then a municipal waste company drives in, takes it out, and disposes of it through the proper channels.
Security guard knows a lot.
Could you give us the tour?
Absolutely.
He knows what I mean.
He takes us to every unimportant location.
No,
Exactly.
no, this is what we do. He walks us past the door. I'll be like, "What's in there?"
Okay,
Oh
so
my
yeah,
God.
you're gonna walk past several doors. It appears like there's a lot of offices.
No.
It appears like there's a lot of offices lining the building is like one long continuous hallway, and on the right side there's like offices and bathrooms and a break room, a security office. You pass a conference room, and then on the left side the doors are a little heavier duty. There's like a freight elevator There are signs labeled, spectral photometry, PCR sequencing, lab vestibule. There's a janitorial closet, electrical room, storerooms, air conditioning, furnace room. Like, this is the industrial half, and this is the administrative half of this small building.
Take us to your laboratories.
This is an incredibly inconvenient time. Could you come back during
No.
regular
Nope.
operating hours? You could speak with staff.
No.
We're here for concrete evidence.
Look, the laboratories require biohazard protocols to be received. There's potentially hazardous materials in there.
We have hazmat suits.
We'll use your hazmat suits.
I think that it would be a bad idea.
I think I don't care what you think. This is a federal investigation. You do best not to obstruct.
Very well. Allow me to make a phone call to get the access code. Whoever has the highest alertness, please roll.
I have a 70.
I have a 20, so it's not me.
20.
So you're going to notice a man is going to just, the facility's quite quiet, but it's apparent there's at least one other person in here, as somebody's just going to exit through one office door with a banker's box and enter into another.
Go. Get him.
I chase this.
The FBI man says,
Are
"Get
you
him."
running, or are you trying to just walk over at a brisk pace?
I'm walking over at a brisk pace because running seems questionable.
Okay, yeah, they're going to disappear through a door, closed, lock.
Dang.
You should have run.
It's got frosted security glass.
No, I'm not gonna frosted security glass, so
Yeah.
like it's kind of somewhat see-through.
Mhm.
I'm
Nah,
gonna take
we
a
have a
little
warrant,
peeky
they have
peek.
to
Alright, so
it.
taking a little peek, you're going to see, like, a fairly small person's frame, like, open a banker's box, take a file out of it.
No!
I start banging on the door.
We have a warrant!
Hello?
That's like a crime. You catch them shredding files.
Excuse
while
me, we have a
someone's
still
actually
camera.
being
Do you have a
executed.
camera?
I'm
No.
sorry, I can't
Yes,
hear you.
Guys,
Turn off the shredder.
Say again.
Raymond, stay here. I'm running through that door.
You want to kick in this
Yes.
door? We have a metal security.
We have a warrant.
Okay, I want to kick through the window.
Okay. Yeah.
That makes so much
it
more
is
sense.
security
Yeah.
glass. It is security glass.
You have a gun.
Like, it's got wire. Don't shoot! That is not legal.
We have a warrant.
But they're not doing. They're not doing.
So you
I
can
thought the
shout
warrant
the
meant
security
I
guard
could do
into the
anything.
door.
Yes.
All right, security guy is gonna
Security guy!
go over, bang on the door. You're gonna say, "There's an investigation going on. They're requesting that you open the door."
Demanding.
There's gonna be a quick pause, and the door is going to open, and there is going to be sitting there a small, middle-aged man with Dr. J. Wen written on it. He's wearing a lab coat with a turtleneck sweater underneath it and khaki pants. And he's going to say,
Steve.
"Hello, you're federal investigators?
Yes, exactly what were you doing?
Routine disposal of confidential documents related to our research."
Wonderful.
Well, with our warrant, we'll be having a...
Very well.
If you could take a seat and just wait here.
If you'll excuse me, I have company business to attend to, but I will not stop you from poking around.
Question to James. Do I have the authority to detain this man?
With probable cause, which you don't have.
He was
I
shredding
don't know. He
documents.
was shredding.
Which you have.
Excuse me, doctor. I'm sorry, but at this moment you are being detained.
Yeah!
Have a seat.
What crime am I being charged with?
Destruction of evidence.
Obstruction of justice.
Destruction.
Have you got a
Obstruction.
warrant?
Yes.
Well, I had no idea. Nobody informed me. This is routine.
I'm sorry, but you're still being.
Can I have your badge number for later
Oh,
reference?
of course.
Good thing you actually.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's a good thing that he's a legit FBI agent.
And Wen is going to sit down, and he's going to say, "Be my guest."
We'll just look through these.
I'm gonna look through.
You look through them.
The documents that are together, since I have the law. I think you guys should try and piece together the ones that were shredded
Shredded.
up.
Is
That
it like
takes
wait?
a while.
I was about to say wait. Is it the kind of shredded where it's like the two-fold, or is it just the long strips?
No, it's the two-fold. This place has a good shredder.
Oh,
It's
I mean,
full
like, he didn't get through many documents. Like,
days to piece together.
let's
I don't know. You
just
can shred multiple
We should
pages
collect
at
them.
once.
We should keep them.
let's just like look at the ones that are intact.
I was
Yeah.
about to
It's
say,
going to
I
take
think
like an hour to sift through all of this document.
can we take the shredded papers like just
Yes, and you can seal them in a Ziploc
With a
bag.
Yeah.
warrant, can we take stuff from the place?
If it is related to the crime.
Well, obstruction of justice, we're taking
Confidential
them.
documents
And you're,
that were
by the way,
being
the
shredded.
warrant was given under suspicion of a gross industrial negligence, by the way.
Yeah.
And confidential documents that were being shredded is definitely related to the.
It sounds like it's a cover-up,
So, you want to sit there and begin searching through these documents?
Can I talk to the doctor?
You said it's an hour, but if we split it between 3 people...
I'll say 20 minutes.
I think that's worth it.
Mm-hmm.
Sir, are you available to answer some questions?
Any that I am at liberty to, my friend.
What's your name?
I am Jay Wen, PhD.
Dr. Wen? Can I
Yes, please.
Pleasure to meet you, Doctor. So, we believe that, what would this have been? About a week ago, a man who worked here appeared in Helena. He was confused, dazed, and he barfed. he vomited on a police officer.
While I would love to answer questions about Dr. McCaslin, I'm afraid that I would have to plead my Fifth Amendment rights.
Dr. McCaslin?
Yes, is that not who you were asking about?
It would be.
Now we know what to look for in the file.
As a federal officer, I am required to respect your Fifth Amendment rights. But you are still detained.
Understood. Dr. Doe? Dr. Doe?
Like security camp?
It's roughly 7:30 p.m. Some of the patients are beginning to act a little erratically. We've kept several restrained and we've tried to take metal fixtures out of the room. Some are demanding to be let go. We have a quarantine order restraining them, but they're getting rowdy and we're having phone calls from related families. We could, but we're not certain how that's going to interact with the unknown fungal vector. I can attempt to administer hospital-grade sedatives on your order. This is a lower-ranking doctor who's been told to defer to you while Olson manages the inter-hospital network.
Run the idea by Olson.
The patient number is
It's
run
his
for you.
hospital.
Olson's given you clearance to do as you see fit. You're managing the CDC's response.
Can I roll medicine to see if I think there would be a problem with sedating a fungal infection patient?
Usually not. Like you can just go, like you've dealt with some fungal infections in your capacity as a paramedic, and it's usually fine, but you try to exercise caution in unknown conditions.
This is nothing but out of the usual.
One of them tried to break a window. They were restrained by orderlies who have now also been quarantined. One of their masks slipped off in the altercation. We thought it best to quarter both. They're getting rowdy.
No!
How many are they all like this, or is it a subset of them?
12, approximately. The rest are all worsening in their condition, slowly becoming less responsive, more dazed, and more dehydrated.
Sedate the worst 3, see how they do.
Hmm?
Sedate the worst 3 and see what happens.
Understood. I'll administer it. Are we expecting them to potentially die, Dr. Doe?
They shouldn't. What patient?
Stick them in the fridge.
Stick them in the fridge. Sedate them and stick them in the fridge.
What's the time frame on the patients we've had the longest, or the patients that had symptoms? For
14 hours.
14 hours?
Symptoms for 20.
And they're already looking like they're going to die within a couple hours?
Yes.
Maybe we should feel this.
This is speeding up.
Yeah, maybe we
I'm
should let
saying
them have a
it's
little...
because they haven't had any med.
They
Christine
probably
was
are.
fine for days.
They probably have
We're not
access
doping
to
them up
pure...
with metal.
They have access to pure...
Do no harm. We can't fucking dope them up with metal.
If the goal is to
You
keep
doping them up with other stuff.
then is that not harm by means of inaction?
Dr. Doe, the press is demanding a statement. People are getting rowdy.
I'll
We've
get
got
the press.
almost 100 people in the triage center outside.
I'll speak with the press.
Understood. Lauren Taylor,
It's the press. It's the press.
KLXW, Montana's news leader, ABC affiliate. I've been told that this entire hospital has been quarantined in order to treat less than 3 dozen patients. Is that correct?
Yes, but the number is rapidly increasing. Have you heard of exponential growth? See, every new vector is a possibility to spread to more and more people. So if we don't catch it early, it'll grow out of control, we fear. So we're
Dr.
trying
Doe.
to get things early.
Or that you haven't told her your
I
name.
have not told her my name, so it's worthy you referred to me as that. Mrs. Taylor?
Doctor, There are a number of families out here demanding the release of their quarantined patients. They requested to know at least the name of the illness they're down with, and potentially the discharging of those patients.
You can name it.
A momentous occasion for Dr. No.
At the moment, we cannot release these patients, and we do not know the illness they're currently suffering from.
You're going to hear a shout from the triage, "Give me my son back!" Shut the fuck up.
Man, I understand these are trying times, but we're faced with a novel illness here. And it's best that we figure out what we're dealing with before releasing it to the general population. That's all I have time for.
Past you in the hospital.
That's all I've got time for.
Somebody's going to tap you on the shoulder and say, "Doc." And the reporter is going to lean in and they're going to close the door.
Wait.
Scatter! We tried to administer sedatives and the patients got violent.
Violent?
Violent.
How, were not restrained? Did they
Not
break
all of
the
them were.
restraints?
Well, some of them weren't attempting to escape. We saw no reason to restrain every single patient.
I'm trying to sedate every single patient? I said 3.
No, we're not sedating every single patient. The wing got violent.
As group unison violence, or
There were 6 related incidents of violence. Attacks
6
on
incidents.
orderlies.
On only 3 patients were attempting to be administered, correct?
Yes,
Did
we've got
we
a few different rooms acting on quarantine, and several of the patients across those various rooms lashed out at orderlies. Not only those administering sedatives, but those bringing in food, water, and doing regular checks. Several punches, kicks, and bites. The patients have since calmed down, but of course we've had to restrain several more hospital personnel.
What's the number at now?
35.
How many hours ago were we at 18?
I believe 6. We don't know that we've pinned down absolutely everyone. We're expecting more check-ins, but we think we've got most infected within Helena in the hospital.
That's good. Is Janet, the coroner's assistant, in?
She's on standby. No, she hasn't reported symptoms, no.
She hasn't reported symptoms?
No.
Since I want to check on her.
Absolutely, I'll send them right away. Back at Benthic Company.
Okay, I'm gonna go to the guard and tell him to point me toward the security cameras.
The guard is going to say, "Follow me." And you guys searching the documents are going to take another...
Our idea is we search the documents and he makes sure on the security cameras that they're not shredding any more documents while we're searching.
Oh, that's a good call. Yeah. So it seems like there's aside from it, all right, looking at the cameras that you can see, thumbing across the facility, there's 5 security guards on call, Hobson and Wen.
Okay.
That seems to be it.
Make sure nobody's
Now,
being
guard.
suspicious.
Yeah.
A facility like this, you obviously keep records of security footage. Could you give me the security footage of last week?
We dispose of security footage regularly.
Is that true?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
How often?
We dispose of them first day of the week.
Oh, really? Oh, really?
Yes.
Human.
What if something happens on a Friday?
Really? Really?
You can just get away with anything on Friday.
The guy's stone cold liar. It's by which I mean he's got a good poker face.
Now, sir, you are aware that withholding of evidence is considered obstruction.
Acutely.
Yeah. Do you want to go to jail?
You don't know if this guy's lying.
I'm faking it.
Yeah.
I
have
trying
no
to call his
interest in
bluff.
going to prison, friends. I'm
No.
telling you the truth.
If we, at any point in our very long and very thorough search, find security footage from over a week ago,
Then I go to
your
prison.
name is on the line. You're on the line.
Yes, it is. Is there anything else I can show you?
Are you
Should
willing
we
to do
get
that for this
protocol?
company?
No, of course not. Would I lie to a federal investigator?
Yes.
Not a chance, Agent Lazzuto. You have my full...
You should ask him if the protocol is written down.
Do you have that protocol written down anywhere?
No, word of mouth. You can interview my boss, Mr. Hobson, if you would like. Am I still detained,
Whoa, what?
Agent Lazzuto?
I'm not in that room.
He's shouting to you down the hall.
Yes!
Can I ask questions?
Absolutely.
I have a question.
I do not like the look
Dr.
of this.
No, I don't either.
Wait.
God, I
Let
wanna
me
read
let me
that.
do something before something
Okay.
else happens. I'm gonna go back to when I presume he hasn't heard any of this.
Sure.
I'm leaving the
I need
security
to call
guard.
Derek at some
I'm
point.
walking into the room and I'm saying, Dr. Wen, I know that you've pled your fifth, but I've just been looking at the security footage from last week, and I think you might have some answers for me.
I would like you. Okay, you're trying to next level bait this guy, and let's see if he takes it. Roll persuade.
Just flat?
Flat to see if he says anything other than pleading the fifth.
Oh, I'm rolling badly.
He like leans in and he's about to say something, catches himself, and says, "As much as I would love to answer that question, I'm afraid that I have to plead my Fifth Amendment rights against self-incrimination."
I would like to ask him if he has an employee like roster, like a list of
Here,
people.
go ask Hobson.
What's your name?
Raymond Baker.
Mr. Baker. As much as I would love to answer that
Oh,
question,
no!
I'm afraid that I'll have to plead my Fifth Amendment rights.
Then I guess we'll have to go looking.
I'm going to the security guard. I'm going to the security guard.
Alright.
The security guard's gonna lie to you. He'll say anything. I have 80 human.
Okay. that
Yes.
works good.
Is there an employee roster you guys keep around here?
Yes.
Well, as we have a warrant,
Here.
as we have a warrant, can you lead me to it, please?
Security guys be dumb. I didn't say that one.
Hobson, they're asking to see the employee roster.
Perfect.
He'll tell us.
Okay, bring them to the front desk.
Yeah.
This place has listed, it's like Benthic Pharmaceuticals. You have a research manifest, or not a research manifest, you have a personnel manifest. Lead researcher and CEO is listed as Laura Gent, PhD. Robert Deere, Linda Peterson, Brent McCaslin, PhDs are 3 researchers.
Are there
Jay
phone
Wen,
numbers?
MD, is a staff physician. Jesse Hobson is the office manager. Thomas Fajarado is an IT specialist. Tyson Griffin is a subcontractor janitor. And then there's like 8 security personnel, with the chief of security listed as Trevor Boxwick.
Is there phone numbers?
Yes.
I didn't hear it. Is there
And
somebody?
addresses.
Linda Peterson.
Is there? Linda Peterson.
She's on there.
Okay. Let me get that phone number.
Would you like to use our company phone, Mr. Baker?
Do I? No. No. Thanks.
I don't trust
I'm just
that.
gonna write it down.
All right, 8 p.m.
Can I talk to Dr. Wen?
You may.
He's not gonna tell you anything.
What would you like to know, Agent
appeal to a
Rizzuto?
different side.
I'm an open book. Is this mine?
No, you're not.
You are notably not. I'm pretty sure that's right. So, Dr. Wen, I'd like to ask about you. Are you a godly man?
As much as I would love to answer that question,
You're gonna
Agent
plead your
Rizzuto,
fifth?
I have to plead my Fifth Amendment rights against self-incrimination.
You know, people are dying.
As they tend to do.
These are good people, innocent people. Now, when we get to the bottom of this, and I full-heartedly believe this company has something to do with it, your name will be on the line regardless. Now, would you like to cooperate and reduce the risk that you are in? Or would you prefer to really just go ham hard for this company? What has this company done for you?
Well, Agent Rizzuto, as much as I would love to answer that question, I have to plead my Fifth Amendment rights against self-incrimination.
Their blood is on your hands. I'm going to let you ruminate on that, and I leave it with you.
Dr.
Okay.
Wen,
Yes.
you may not feel like you need to. You may not speak if you so choose not to. But I do request that you lead me to files on Operation Gilgamesh.
Dr. Claremont's question here relates to a document found within the banker's box during her and Baker's search of the to-be-shredded documents. It is a memorandum at Charlemagne clearance level with a subheading cautioning that it is not for public disclosure. It reads, "After a not insignificant amount of debate between Dr. Gent and myself, we have decided to move forward with Operation Gilgamesh. This just means you will have to begin prepping the samples for secure transfer. Typical lab safety protocols must be upheld, with additional Protocol 7 safety measures for abnormal biochemical specimens. The ICE boys will drop in soon with some specialized containers for the move. They will present internal papers for certification. Don't let anything slip through the cracks. The company wants the move on the DL. I suspect move-out will begin sometime within the next couple weeks. Press and search protocol is upgraded to level 2. Loose lips sink ships, folks. Looking at you, Peterson. Peace, Mr. Hobson. Helena Benthic Pharma, humanity's partner in progress.
When you name something like that, you're definitely a villain.
Right.
Nobody calls something Operation Gilgamesh with good intentions.
Miss Smith, your warrant allows you to search, but it does not bind me
Oh, where'd it go?
to be derelict in my responsibilities as a loyal employee of Benthic Pharmaceuticals.
I would like to be led to Dr. McCaffrey's office?
Doctor who? McCaslin?
McCaslin.
Alright, you're gonna talk. Yeah, there's a label for it.
dead,
Brent
right?
McCaslin has an
He's gotta
office.
be
Like
dead.
So, alright, you're searching McCaslin's office?
Yes.
Great. Go ahead and roll search.
Oh, pretty please, let the dice know.
It's got a word processor and a bunch of filing cabinets. That's out of the trade.
Yeah, it is.
It's a dirty roll.
Gent.
Go ahead.
My search is 50.
17!
Thank God.
I'm gonna call her.
So, searching through the office and the filing cabinets, you're going to find a number of documents related to research apparently being conducted in Helena, Montana. It appears that Dr. McCaslin and the lead researcher, Dr. Laura Gent, have been conducting a study at a location referred to in the document as the Oakland Pit. Additionally, you are going to find a lab report. Laboratory report. Urbanus clearance level. Not for internal circulation. I have graciously been given ample time and resource to examine this remarkable substance by Dr. Gent. I have used this time allocation to its full potential. On to the subject of the sample itself. Classification has proven somewhat elusive. Although from here on out I will be referring to the sample as a fungus, this descriptor does not fully fit. Though it is comprised of hyphae filament and does have cellular wall compounds similar to chitin, its particular chemical makeup doesn't fully match that which we associate with properly classified fungi. It is primarily silicone, but with a significant carbon component, as well as cellulose and several organelles they certainly do not belong in. The sample seems to have the remarkable ability to break down nearly any organic material into its basic components, including otherwise harmful microbes. It does this through use of enzymes. I use this term purely for lack of a better one, as these enzymes have defied all conventional chemical analysis to determine their composition. Perhaps the fungus's unique structure and composition is what lends it its extraordinary qualities. The sample is an exemplary extremophile, able to survive, thrive in environments of high acidity and heavy metallic composition. It seems to even be sustained by such materials. I would posit it shares a number of qualities to known arsenate-reducing and metabolizing bacteria. The medical and commercial applications of this substance are obvious. Clinical tests have already determined that it is quick to annihilate any samples of anthrax, antibacterially resistant pathogens, and even cancer cells. Following this, it seems to kill and replace yeast in an exposed subject's gut flora. Highly interesting. I would strongly recommend further clinical testing on animal and eventually human subjects, perhaps sourced from our partnership with LEO Corrections. End report. Compiled by Brent McCaslin. Helena Benthic Pharma. Humanity's partner in progress. Well, you guys are reading that. Okay.
I'm looking for a phone. I gotta make a call.
Alright, it is 8 p.m.
Oh, he's in the office.
And you've been led to the hospital.
Is he gonna be in the office?
Derek is on call for this mission.
Okay.
Derek's gonna be.
And the phone's gonna ring. The phone's gonna ring for like a straight 20 seconds.
I'm here. What's going on?
Okay, let me give you the situation real quick.
Is this phone line secure?
No.
Okay, is it bad?
We have 35 deer at least. The conservationists are 18 hours out.
Okay. Do you need anything?
That's what I think we will be. The deer are getting violent, which is not uncommon for wasting disease. I'm sure you're aware, but they do seem to be like communicating somehow without.
What do they want?
Well, it's just that they got really violent when we tried to sedate a couple of them.
Violent?
Like as a group.
What do they want?
Metal? They're really interested in metal right now.
Probably don't give metal to them.
Yeah, I don't know though. It did delay the symptoms than the others, but I don't think we should give metal to people. Also, the general deer population's unhappy with the fence. They don't like the fence we put up. And they're getting kind of restless about it. The local deer press is on the case.
I've been watching a lot of local news recently.
Yeah, I had to make a couple statements. I'm doing my best here, but I wasn't really trained for PR.
You're doing fine.
I do think we're getting close to a critical point where it's out of our control and that we've lost the handle. I do think we're reaching that area. The group is researching some leads about the cause of this, and I haven't heard back from them yet. It's been a couple hours, but...
You want a face-to-face?
Me and you?
I can be in the garage in 90 minutes.
I think we might have to.
I'll be there.